All right. This is module 1, and this is lesson 1. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Now, this started for me many years ago after looking at other couples and wondering how they got together, especially after observing how different each one was from the other. Curiosity kind of got to me on this one. In this business, after decades of experience, I saw the same idea in play. Involvement was based on how the individual viewed the idea of the business to begin with. It could be like how many of your friends became doctors, lawyers, nurses, sales reps, or whatever, right? It is very subjective and personally based on circumstances and perception, all related to that individual. Let's take a look at the definition of subjective as arising from the conditions within the mind or sense organs and not directly caused by external stimuli. Subjective sensations arising out of or identified by means of one's perception of one's own states and processes. Now, I observed that not everyone saw what I saw or wanted to do what I did. How many of your friends knit, play golf, ski, or whatever, right? So the result of finding the right person became more based on what I did and on how I communicated. Location was not a factor, age was not a factor, but circumstance was a factor. And therefore, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, or benefits are in the eye of the beholder, or so aren't objections. They're in the mind of the beholder. And basically all the same concepts and all subjective, meaning in the minds of the individual. It's identical in theory to dating or creating friendship. The same concepts and people skills are necessary to be successful. Too aggressive and it doesn't work. On a very positive side, what I also observed was that when someone saw and understood and could think with what I said, to solve a life issue, a desire or a need that was of interest to them, then things got very interesting. That still did not guarantee a result or mean that they would act or do things, but it surely helped. Therefore, the first concept to learn is that your job is to attract attention and find those that have a need, a desire, or a want for your activity. So the real key is knowing what you want, understanding everything that you can about what you are involved with, and then displaying your desire. I mean, really displaying it and going after it, being excited about it and understanding what to do to get it kind of behavior. And then beauty is in the eye of the beholder becomes magical. Now, there is no exercise for this lesson because it's a concept. But I might suggest the next time you're out, check out other people, specifically couples. Especially observe the differences, and those will most likely be physical. The key is simply this. The more you understand the idea of subjective thoughts, the more you will develop your ability to find out what others need or want. Now let's move on to lesson 2.